Patrick McNeil joined now at the intermission by Cape Breton Eagles veteran forward Cole Fraser. Cole, since it's the time of the season, I have to ask, have you started watching any Hallmark Christmas movies yet, or is it still too early for that?
I'm not going to lie, I did get about 3 in with my billet so far, I think. I think there was a fall one we watched not too long ago. I think we watched 2 Christmas ones.
I won't judge you for enjoying movies, so it's a bit too early for my taste. But hey, if your billets like it, that's all that matters. The Eagles off to a 50-50 start so far this season, 6-6. What are your thoughts on the start to the campaign?
That was not the greatest start. We're getting a lot of win one, lose the other. Not a lot of consistency to it, but I found the weekend we just had, we did really well, kind of dominated the ice. Hopefully we can just continue to do it.
I think people have noticed the work of the line you've been primarily on with Logan Camp and Jack Campbell, particularly very strong along the boards. What's been working for that line, and do you feel you have an identity as a trio that cycles the puck?
Just a lot of hard work. I found we're just relentless and keep going at it. The luck hasn't been on our side to tap one in there, but there's been a lot of chances, and as long as we keep working at it, it'll eventually come.
One of the adjustments we do see made occasionally is you'll be put on a line with Davis Cooper and Jacob Santerre. Do you take on a leadership role when you're playing with those two guys, as they are both rookies in the league?
I thought I did, yeah, especially when come off the ice, and even if something went wrong, I'll just tell them, don't worry about it, it was a good shift. Or when we're just working on things down in the defensive zone, positioning-wise and stuff like that, just helping them out. And it's good there, too, all hard workers.
Last year, you're still kind of finding your way in the league and coming off injury, so you weren't in the lineup every day, even when you were healthy. This year, you have been in the lineup every day. How different is that from a preparation point of view?
It's a lot better the past 2 years. Not knowing whether you're going to be in the lineup or not was always a worry. It's definitely a lot easier to prepare for the game knowing that you're going to be in it for sure.
You ended up getting hurt in Chicoutimi early in the season last season, and you ended up staying overnight in Chicoutimi while the rest of your team was gone back to Cape Breton. Walk us through how that played out. Certainly a bit of an unusual dynamic.
I just went in the boards and I thought it was fine, and after I got off the ice, I started to feel a little bit of pain, and then I went to go to the hospital and it got a lot worse and a lot worse. It was definitely scary. Usually I'm never injured or anything like that, and then the first time I am injured, I got to go end up in the hospital. But they took good care of me, and Justin, he stayed with me, our trainer, throughout the whole process too. I definitely felt comfortable.
Thankfully, now in the rearview mirror, given that you did spend some of last year injured, did that affect your off-season this year? What was your training like?
Given COVID, we couldn't get on as early as I wanted. The gyms were closed too. Once it opened up, it was still good. My coach from back at home, he purchased a rink. We were allowed to go on the ice 7 days a week if we wanted to, so the off-ice training was still pretty good this year.
When I spoke with Jake Grimes about you earlier this year, he said that you are a player who really dominates the play in practice. How important is that to your game, and what's the key to being a successful player in practice, and how is it different from the game?
That's the main point I'm trying to work on right now. He talked to me about it too. It's just in practice, I do so well, but then when it comes to the games, it's not there as much. He's been working on me with it. But it is important to do good in practice as well. That's where you learn the stuff and train.
And it is not the same thing, for sure. So easier said than done to put on the switch, I guess. A lot of people may not realize you had actually played a year of your minor hockey in New York. Walk us through how that happened and what the caliber of play was like in the league you were playing in.
When I was younger, a lot of more advanced guys in hockey, we were just little kids in St. John. I started playing with an outside group outside of minor hockey with my coach, Andy Bizzo, and he still coaches us all summer long now, too. We go to tournaments down the States all the time, and one year we actually quit minor hockey just to go down there and train all year long and then go down there once a month to do tournament. We got a lot of exposure to schools down there and stuff. Then one year, one of the schools approached our team and asked if a couple guys could come down. All of us went to go visit. 2 of us ended up going that year. And then the next year, another one of us went to a school close by. I enjoyed it a lot. It was definitely a lot different, schooling-wise and all, since it was a prep school. The hockey was still good, though. It was my first experience with the Billet family, which was great, too, just to get used to it. I really enjoyed myself.
Even at that time, was being a bigger player always part of your game, or were you somebody who had a late growth spurt?
I was kind of not average, I guess, 5'10", around like the Bantam age. It was a little bit above average. But it was weird that year when I went to Albany was kind of the year I had a major growth spurt, I'd say. I don't know what it was. My billets always laughed because they always got milk from this farm. It was just right off the farm, and they always joked that it was that because I drank so much of it, maybe 4 glasses, 5 glasses a day. And then the next year I'm up to 6'4". That was the maiden year I had a big growth spurt heading in the gym.
This year, I think we have seen you use that size a little bit more. How comfortable are you playing the physical game? Has that always been part of your style?
Well, even if it's not part of my style, it definitely has to be because of my size. I'm comfortable doing it. Some games it's more evident than others, but I just have to get more consistency with it, always using it. It can be such a big advantage.
Your third season in the QMJHL, how do you feel you've progressed since the beginning of your Q career?
I find the Q is really good for development. You're on the ice so much. The comfortability playing at that speed, I think, is definitely changed. There's still a lot of things I'd like to improve on, but definitely the comfortability of playing at a higher speed. The shots have changed. It's pretty evident a veteran shot versus rookie shot just because you're constantly working on it and stuff, and speed has changed as well. That stuff's all good. I just still like to improve on a lot.
We wish you all the best, Cole. Thanks for this.
All right, thanks, Patty.
That's Cole Fraser joining us at the intermission. You're listening to McDonald Auto Hub, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.